back.
That was kind of creepy and also kind of sexual.
Perfect for Valentine's Day.
And this is Stranger Still. Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Happy Valentine's Day, my sweetheart.
I don't think I've said that in like 3 years. Probably.
I'm sure we have.
I don't know.
Even though we don't celebrate, we still say Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So,
welcome to Stranger Still. I'm Nick Wood.
I'm Shelbie Wood.
Returning to the podcast where we answer the questions you never question to ask. This week, we're going to talk about Valentine's Day. We're a day early, but... we're a day late. Yeah, we're recording this the day before Valentine's Day, and it comes out the day after Valentine's Day. So,
either way, we're a day off.
Yeah, so it averages out to be on Valentine's Day. When would you say was like the height of your excitement for Valentine's Day?
Oh, probably my first year or two I was dating you, because I'm
really?
Like, oh man, I have a boyfriend for Valentine's Day. This is going to be fantastic. And then the longer we dated, the more I realized how much you absolutely hate Valentine's Day. So now that we've been together for over 10 years, we don't do Valentine's Day. We haven't done Valentine's Day for the last 5-6 years.
Everyone at work keeps asking, what are you doing for Shelbie for Valentine's Day? And I'm like, nothing. And they're like, ha ha ha. I'm like, no, seriously.
I don't know, there was, the 3 days after Valentine's Day where he proposed to me, so that was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, for a little bit.
A little bit.
I would say I was most excited, in kindergarten, and then after that, it was just meh. I was so excited to trade Valentines, and I had to make sure that all the girls I had crushes on had special Valentines and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they got, the big ones. You have just, the little half ones that you give to everybody, and then you give the big double-sized one to your crush and your best friends.
One girl gave me a Beanie Baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you, little Nick, just hitting up all the ladies.
Call me Little Nicky, because I'm a demon. I don't know. Something. Anyway... The question that I wanted to answer today is, will you be my Valentine?
No. Rory's going to be my Valentine Day this year because she's cuter. Well, sorry.
I guess I don't have a Valentine this year, so let's just talk about Valentines.
Ladies? Ladies, he's looking for a Valentine. Even though this is coming out a day after Valentine.
Hey, it's better Nate than Lever.
Mostly because I want to call dibs on Rory.
Yeah.
This is her first Valentine's, so I call dibs. She's my Valentine.
That's fine. Whatever. She's got hearts on her bib. That's cute. Hey, that's festive.
Yes.
For this episode. Did you totally plan that out, right?
Completely. It's not the bib she's been wearing all day, and I just didn't want to get her PJs wet right before bed.
Yeah, absolutely not. St. Valentine and Valentine's Day.
It was made up by the Hallmark Corporation, and
it's all a facade.
Yeah, and it's just made up by the candy companies. It just sell candy and I don't know, etc., etc.
I mean, you're not far off, except that you are really far off. So, good job. The real question that I want to answer today is, why do we hand out Valentines?
To show people that we love them.
But, where did that come from? It's such a weird thing. No one... I think I read this on some other site that's on St. Patrick's Day, we don't say, will you be my Patrick? Or, will you be my Halloween? You don't say that.
Well, because that's your... Well, obviously you don't do it for Halloween. Hey, you want to be my ghost? Let me kill you.
Well, I think it's a good point. And it's actually really interesting is what I found out, because I had this, whole episode planned out. I was going to go into the history of St. Valentine, the history of Valentine's Day, and, modern Valentine's Day and Valentine's Day around the world, but it turns out that we can basically just do an entire episode on St. Valentine himself. So that's what we're going to do. So should we start off with a little history lesson?
I guess if you want to go in order or something.
Yeah, that's probably a good place to start. So we all know that saints are religious figures that had to at least perform one miracle and impacted the world in some way, shape, or form. Some saints were lucky enough to be martyred, and it just so happens that Saint Valentine was one of those lucky few.
Woohoo! Good for him.
Saint Valentine was beheaded, I think, as many people know, sometime in the 3rd century. Fortunately, we can't nail down a year, which I'll get to. Funny enough, we never hear Saint Valentine's first name. Do you ever think of why that is?
He was too saintly to have.
I thought you were going to answer it. There's a theory out there that there were 2 people that were both named last name Valentine. And
They're twins.
They're identical twins. No, there's the idea that there were 2 people named Valentine that did some saintly things, or there was one dude named Valentine. There's not really any proof either way. What is reliable is some details of some stories. There's a lot of legends out there about Saint Valentine, and some of the details are consistent, just not like the order in which they happened.
There's always truth in legend, man.
Yeah, well, it's really weird. So I got a lot of this information from Catholic.org, and there's a fantastic article on there about Mr. Valentine, which, should we give him a name? So I don't have to say...
Cupid. Cupid Valentine.
Cupid? We'll just call him Cupid. I was going to go with, like, Steve. Like Saint V, Steve. Okay, never mind.
No.
So, Catholic.org recounted a couple of the more famous legends of Cupid. That feels weird, though.
Yeah, because
it's another figure, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him Joe.
Next Valentine, you'll have to go into Cupid.
Okay, well, this one we're going to call him Joe Valentine.
Joe Valentine. You can go with Steve for Saint Valentine.
Okay.
I'm getting your cheeks smushed up against me right now.
Yeah.
I think my daughter wants kisses. I'm sorry.
It's very festive. So the first legend goes a little bit of something like this. So Steve was arrested for what appears to be just being Christian. Like at the time it was illegal to not be pagan. It was illegal to be Christian. And he was incarcerated with a bunch of other Christians. And the judge that was trying him asked him to put his faith to the test and asked Steve to cure his daughter's blindness. So Steve said that he would if the judge would fulfill any request he had. So the judge was like, sure. And Steve was like, sure. So, of course, Steve cured the judge's daughter's blindness.
Because he's secretly a doctor.
Yeah. No. That he asked the judge basically to convert to Christianity, got like baptized and stuff, and freed the other Christians. There was like 44 other Christians that were arrested. So he freed all them.
Good thing we don't arrest people anymore based on their religion.
I was going to try to keep politics out of this one.
I can't help it.
I know, it's topical. Later on down the road, he was arrested again elsewhere for trying to convert other people to Christianity, like he was just exploring the countryside, like Johnny Appleseed spreading Christianity. And he was taken to Rome, where he was beheaded. Or, the second legend goes, that he actually was put in jail in Rome for marrying soldiers so the husbands wouldn't have to go to war. So I guess back then, if you were married, then you didn't have to go to war.
Gotta settle down and have them babies.
Yeah, make babies for Rome. But while he was in jail, he became buddy-buddy with the emperor until he tried to convert the emperor to Christianity, and the emperor got really mad and had him killed.
Yeah, that's a big no-no. I mean, if you want to keep your head, I'd probably stay out of politics, especially back then. I mean,
yeah, like,
I'd better, like, lose your head and die instantly than, you know, the whole stone to death
well, actually, he was bludgeoned before he was killed. Like, yeah. They had him, the emperor had him beat with clubs. Yeah, right? The last legend that I have, though, was that he was jailed for refusing to renounce his faith and refusing to sacrifice to pagan gods. And while he was in jail, one of the jailers challenged him to cure his daughter's blindness, like the judge before, in the other myth, which of course he did. And then on the day of his execution, he left a note for the now vision-enabled daughter it was just a letter, and then at the end it was signed, Your Valentine.
Aww,
which is where we get, that's where we get the idea of asking people to be your Valentine, or will you be my Valentine?
That's so sweet.
The actual date of that he was killed is out for debate, because we don't really know who
February
it was.
14th.
Well, yes. It's widely agreed that it was February 14th, and most people agree that it was in the year 269.
Grow up.
But it also could have happened in the year 270, 273, or 280. What kind of confused me was that there's like all these stories that no one knows if it's true, and we don't know the day that he was killed, and blah, blah, blah.
Because people didn't write stuff down back then. Everybody couldn't read and write.
Yeah, but then I was like, how do they know this happened? But apparently they found like burial sites. Like they have his skull in Rome. Yeah. So like he existed for sure. So
or it
don't worry
could
about
have just been a skull from a slave or something.
I mean, that's always a possibility. Over the years, though, this became a day of love, obviously. Thanks mostly in part to the Catholic Church and a couple of poets and whatnot. Like the symbolism of love stuck like ever since the 400s. It's a really long time.
It's a lot of Valentine's Day cards.
Yeah, that's like a millennium and a half almost.
So at least a dozen.
Yeah, it's a lot of dozens. Some people will actually point to an English poet by the name of Geoffrey Chaucer. They say that he started the modern Valentine's Day as we know it. He wrote a poem about birds and love and Valentine's Day, which helped set a lot of the symbolism in motion.
Is it roses are red and violets are blue?
No, it was a lot longer than that. That'd be really funny. I wonder where that came from. I bet that doesn't have an origin. But that didn't come around until around 1375. So once that happened, a lot of people would just celebrate it. And around the 1700s, gift-giving and card exchanges started to spread throughout the UK.
Because who doesn't want presents?
Right. You gotta have an excuse to get more presents in the year.
Exactly. You only have, like, anniversaries and birthdays and Christmas, so gotta add something else.
Yeah.
Liven up that winter, because...
Oh, God. Once you get through that, it's like,
nothing to do
hey,
in the
you
winter.
survived winter! Let's get down and dirty.
Well, there's nothing else to do. Might as well make babies.
There's some group that celebrates some holiday 9 months after Valentine's Day. I don't remember who it is.
Everybody's birthday?
Yeah. We have a lot of relatives with the birthday in November.
Yeah, we just have a big November celebration birthday.
Yeah, we celebrate my dad and my two sister-in-law's birthdays in November because they all have November birthdays. Yep. Which means they were probably Valentine's Day babies. Whatever. Don't want to think about that. So decades later, they started to, like, all these gifts started to evolve into flowers and candies. And then it became a day to spend lots of money to show that you love someone.
I wonder if it's, like, flowers because it's really hard to find flowers
in the winter?
In the middle of winter, yeah.
Yeah.
And be like, look what I found for you.
Yeah.
Extra.
Look, I went to the top of the mountain where snow doesn't reach or something. I don't know.
Top of the mountain.
Shut up! Don't break apart my logic. The point that I wanted to make, though, is that, Shelbie, I love you every day.
Yeah, do you want to go on your whole spiel why we don't do Valentine's Day?
No. I just love you every day, and I don't feel the need to spend this... will sound bad coming out of my mouth, but it's over 10 years of explanation that I don't feel the need to spend money on you on one day when I love you every day.
Yeah, might as well celebrate our anniversary where it's not super packed everywhere and you feel competition of, oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know. And plus, I'm really bad at presents, so this is a great excuse not to try to figure out another present to give you.
Yeah. The only other thing that I really got is that Reddit's Today I Learned thread loves to tell you that due to a translation error, women give men chocolate on Valentine's Day instead of men, and then men reciprocate a month later on another holiday.
St. Patrick's Day?
No. Well, they don't do St. Patrick. There's no Irish people in Japan. Whatever.
Well, I'm just thinking of another holiday in March other than St. Patrick's Day and our daughter's birthday.
What do you think, like, the worst Valentine's Day gift to give would be?
There was a thread on Reddit. We go on Reddit a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad.
What was the top result on there?
I think it was a girlfriend got her new boyfriend and her ex-boyfriend's presents mixed up, and it had a card in it expressing her love to her ex-boyfriend, and was going to dump her new boyfriend for her old boyfriend or cheat or something. So that was like the worst present.
That's one way to break up with someone. Oh, I did read some of this. I didn't read that one, but the second one is that I bought my wife a microwave for our first Valentine's Day back in 2005. She just moved into her new place and needed a microwave.
See, but fine. Like we're an old couple, even though we're young.
Yeah.
That I love practicality gifts. Like I'm already thinking for my birthday. Like I wonder what I can get Nick to do. I think I could get him
Dyson vacuum.
Oh no, I'm like I think we need a fence in the backyard. Let's see. Last year I got a tree, or 2 years ago I got a tree for my birthday and planted that in the backyard. I was stoked about that. I love practical gifts. We got a couch. We got a washer for Christmas from your parents.
I like giving you practical gifts, though, because the best gift is something that you want, but you don't need.
See, and that's how our house gets filled up with random junk. And I love practicality gifts that I'm actually going to use.
Whatever. Should we close things out with a game?
Already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we flew through that. Usually John interrupts me more, but...
I try.
So, I'm going to give you some things that there are currently patron saints of, and you tell me if Steve is the patron saint of that particular thing. Does that make sense?
No.
So I'm going to say something, and someone is a patron saint of it, and you tell me if it's Saint Valentine or not.
Okay. Is this all old people, or there's no modern day saints, are there?
You'd be surprised. So the first one is the patron saint of travelers.
No.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
I don't know why. The second one is... You want to contribute, Rory? You want to play? You want to play? Well, don't play with that.
You say yes or no?
All right. The patron saint of dentists.
Oh, I hope not. If he's giving out candy, then I don't think that... Well, I guess that's good business. Good business sense. Here, eat all this candy. Let's make it all month. Here. Yeah.
So, is that a yes?
I'm gonna say no.
No, he's not. It's either Apollonia, Antipas, or Foilan. Sure. Foillan. I don't know. How about the saint of barbers?
Traveling and barbers. I'm gonna say no.
You are correct. One of the patron saints is Damien, and the other one is...
Saint Nick?
No. And Cosmos.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. How about the patron saint of beekeepers?
God, I hope not. Well, I mean, make sweet honey and you give out sweets for Valentine's Day? Sure, why not?
He is!
Yeah!
You're correct! Good job. Hey, Rory,
Logic.
Claps. Rory.
Yay!
Rory. Yay! She's just happy. How about the patron... Yeah? Yeah, there we go. There's claps. Yay, Mommy! How about the patron saint of florists?
Since it's so obvious, I'm gonna say no.
Dang it! I thought I could get you. Yay, Mommy was right. No, it was Dorothea of Kaiseri.
Well, yeah, it has to be a girl.
Or Horonius of Amiens. Or Therese of Lisieux. How about...
You started this.
I know. Hi. What are you doing? Are you podcasting with Mom and Daddy? You went down? Yeah. How about the patron saint of plague?
No.
He is.
No.
I don't know why, but he is.
STDs? Like, I don't...
Maybe. That's a really good guess. I don't know. How about the patron saint of epilepsy?
Well, if it's plague, I don't...
Did I just rock your world?
I'm gonna say no.
He is.
Damn it, I'm really bad at this. What am I, like, -10?
I don't know. Not very
Just
many.
kidding. I'm
Like 2 out of
3.
something. 3 maybe. How about the patron saint of young people?
No.
He is!
How is he the beekeeper and young people? I kind of understand that because younger people have like sweet tooth, but like the plague and traveling and what?
Maybe we should do an episode on how saints get their patronages assigned to them.
Save that for future because you don't actually ever write any of these ideas down.
Yeah. Well, John will listen to this and he'll write it down.
Yeah, sure he will.
How about the patron saint of the unemployed?
I'm gonna say no.
Correct.
Yay!
That was Kajetan. Oh. How about the patron saint of fainting?
Like. Well, that's swooning. Is it swooning or fainting?
Fainting.
Well, if he's part of the plague and epilepsy, then sure.
He is. He is
there
the patron saint. Yep. How about the patron saint of the special forces? That's what Rory thinks.
That's my answer.
I don't know if that's a yes or a no.
No.
He is not. That was Saint Philip. You know, Philip.
Yeah.
I think that's a modern saint. Quit playing with that, Rory. Ah. Good job. I got one last one for you.
Okay.
The patron saint of greetings. Hello.
No.
He is.
Darn.
You did really well, didn't you? You're trying so hard not to swear.
I should have been on the censorship one because I'm great at swearing when the kids are not around.
And when the kids are around.
No, I am not. I don't.
That's true. When I'm around and the kids are around, you're bad at not swearing.
I just mouth it to you. I don't actually say it.
Yeah.
In case any of the daycare parents are listening to this, I don't actually swear in front of your kid. I just mouth it to Nick when they're not looking.
Yeah. That's all I got. You want to recap for me?
He's a terrible saint of random stuff.
Yeah.
Because he was beheaded for saying, hey, you know what you should do? Come to my side.
Yeah.
Come to my religion. Come. Oh, wait, I'm going to see how powerful I can get since I know all these low-level guys. We're just going to step it up. Oh, too far. Learned my lesson by being executed.
By having my head taken off.
And then I'm going to be the saint of all of these terrible things and somehow be known for, like, the person of being in charge of love and stuff.
Yeah.
And plague.
I don't think he's known for that. That's a way better recap than John's ever given. Congratulations.
You're welcome. I told you. I'm going to replace him.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Shelbie.
Nick.
Where can people find this podcast and places to interact?
Finally on YouTube since you updated it.
Yeah, I'm up to date on our YouTube page. So if you're sick of listening to this on iTunes or Google Play or Stitcher or wherever you get it, you can now listen to it on iTunes. Or you can now listen to it on YouTube. Which you can also find us on Facebook if you search for Stranger Still.
Yes, Facebook is the best because that's what you guys are both on most often.
That's very true. And John's grandma's on there and is really funny. And Drew, if you're listening, Josephine is John's grandma. So I hope you feel bad about the things that you said. You know what you said.
And those of you that don't know, go
check it out. Yeah. Hey, there you go. Tying it together. And then you can also find us on Twitter at Stranger Still. I don't really have a listener question, but one thing that I couldn't fit into this episode anywhere is I wanted to talk about silphium. You know what that is?
Love drug.
No.
I don't know.
Ugh, like a date rape drug?
Yeah.
No. It was this little heart-shaped flower, and many people think that that's where the weird shape for hearts come from, because like if you look at an actual heart, it looks like a fist. Like it's just a ball. But there's this little flower called silphium
Is
that...
that the bleeding heart?
No. It was this little flower that's not around anymore because it was used a lot in medicine, especially as a contraceptive. So people would take this, they'd eat the silphium flower, and they wouldn't get pregnant. And since
Is it because of lead poisoning or something?
No, well, it's just a natural contraceptive, and mostly the Romans used it. They used it so much. Remember, the Romans were Catholic, so
they like to do it without protection.
Yeah, so
A lot.
they did it a lot, and they actually forced the plant into extinction.
Well, there you go.
So
just another thing that humans ruined.
Yep, as if we couldn't do enough. We had to take away this plant too because we just love acting like rabbits. So there's a little trivia fact for you on this beautiful Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was very nice out. It's going to be nice out for Valentine's Day, hopefully.
So, I have one last question. Now will you be my Valentine?
Can you have more than one Valentine?
I don't know if you're a player.
I'll be a player for you.
That's so sweet.
But Rory comes first, sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
You have been my Valentine for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So this is her first. So maybe next year.
All
We'll
right.
flip a coin next year. Gets to be my Valentine.
I guess the offer still stands. If anyone wants to be my Valentine, just let me know.
Too bad John's not here. He could be your Valentine.
I know. Well, I'm still Nick.
I'm still Shelbie, I think.
And this has been...
Stranger Still.